I'm Lily and I make videos about sewing, mainly hand sewing, English paper piecing, and I'm venturing into the world of quilting. Can you see my microphone? I treated myself. Hopefully the sound will be of very good quality as I now have a pink microphone. It's probably going to come out really loud now because I've got it close to my mouth. So I'm going to pop that there because I know my videos are a bit sort of echoey, tinny on a TV, so hopefully they'll sound a bit better with the microphone. And it's pink, so it looks nice anyway. Hopefully it works as well. Right, where should we start? I've been making very pretty things this week, and they're both patterns. One's a free pattern and one is a purchased pattern. So should we start with the free pattern to begin with? I received this in an email from the Maker's Stash. If you signed up to her emails now, I only got it last week and I made it quite quickly. I don't know whether you would get the free pattern, but I would imagine so. It's worth having a look and seeing if you can get it from her. But it's the Maker's Stash. Miss Leela, her name is. And it is it's a combination of English paper piecing and embroidery, and the minute I saw it I just absolutely loved it and knew that I had to make it straight away, which I did make it straight away. So it's in I think it's 8-inch hoop, and I just used some. The pink is just a general pink fabric that I had in my stash, and I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with it. So the back looks terrible because normally you're supposed to cut it really short around here and stitch all the way around, aren't you? But I left it quite big. I've stitched all the way around, but I've left it quite big just so I can unpick it if I wanted to make it into a bag or something, because you know I have to make bags all the time. I love making bags. But at the moment it's a hangy hoop. If I had my own craft room, I would definitely hang it on the wall in my craft room, but I don't really, so I don't quite know what I'm going to do with it apart from look at it and think it's really, really nice. You received the pattern, so you can you can trace the writing onto your paper, which is what I did. And I have got some DMC paper that you can print and peel, or it washes off type thing, which was really expensive, but the pieces are really small. They weren't even big enough to cover this, and I thought I can't be sellotaping two or sticking two of those together and try and do it. It would be wonky. So in the end, I remembered upstairs I have got a little light box, so I got out the light box and that worked perfectly well. I was really happy with that. What I did do was to make sure that I could see it a bit better, I printed the pattern and then I went over the pattern in like a black highlight pen, not quite a skinny pen, and I went over it. It was much darker so I could see it. I'm sure you probably think of that yourself. Anyway, I've got a better printer than me, but anyway, that helped me to see it through the fabric, and I could just draw it on. And the template is also there for the English paper piecing, so you can just trace them off. What I did was I printed them off, not trace them off, I printed them off and then glued them onto some lightweight card and cut them out, and then I could then use them to make that. And it's also got embroidery around the edge as well, so I've used embroidery threads there. And I've used Liberty fabric from my scrap outside. I think they're all different ones. Yeah, Liberty Tana Lawn. And the middle one was a little scrap bag that I had. So that might be Tilda. I'm not sure what that fabric is in the middle. So it's just a scrap bag that I purchased from, if you remember, it's from So Sweet Violet when she had a little closing down sale on her shop. I got a little bag of scraps and that was just in the middle, and I thought the yellow looked nice in the middle as well. So it's worth having a look for that. I don't know, I did look on her website to see if it was on there, and it did say go to free patterns from the email, but I didn't see it on there. But that doesn't mean it's still not available. I said I only got it a week ago, so, and it was free on the email, so might be worth signing up. I'm not sponsored or anything to do with it. I just literally receive her emails myself, and it sang to me and I really wanted to make it. But I'm sure you understand why, because I love hexie so much. Happiness is stitching a hexie flower, and it's also got a bee on it as well, so absolutely love that. Made me think I'd quite like to do a combination of English paper piecing and embroidery as well. I think they look really, the colours and everything, and I'm not a big calligraphy, being able to write neatly like that myself, so whether I write anything in my writing, I don't know. Obviously that was already done, so the stitches were really easy. It was just plain back stitch. The B was satin stitch with a little bit of running stitch or back stitch around the outside, and there was just some French knots on the top. One of them went massive. This one I had to trim. It was so big. It was really, really big. They were normal size, the other ones, and then I had a really big one. I thought that ruins it, so I gave it a haircut, and actually it's managed to look okay still. I don't know how. So anyway, really, really happy with that. Let's put that behind me, and while I'm looking, that's probably going to fall over. While I'm looking behind me, a few newer viewers ask, I say newer because I have had it, it's quite a while ago I made this mouse. They were asking about this mouse, so I thought I'd just show you. She is a pattern by Studio Seren. I made quite a lot of her animal patterns last year. And the dress I made from fabric, the pattern is from Studio Seren, but I just made the patchwork fabric here out of some fabric my mum gave me. She'd had it for ages and never used it. And then I said, oh, well, I'll try and use it, give it to me. I'd had it for years as well, probably like 10 years or something. And it was from a school fete, probably in the 80s. The fabrics, I mean, they actually look really nice together, but when they were all separate, they didn't look that nice. But I think they actually make a nice dress. And something about that dress reminds me of The Borrowers, the sort of colours maybe, I don't know. Remember the books, The Borrowers? I think there was a TV series as well. Yes, but I called her Helen because I made her for a competition from Helen from Mousy Makes. Everyone made a mouse one, not everybody, everyone who watched and who wanted to made a little mouse or a big mouse or anything mouse-like, and I made her anyway. So I called her Helen. And where should we go to next? I'm going to show you actually something else which I haven't mentioned. Last week I shared with you my quilt, which wasn't very good. Well, the top was fine, and I tried to quilt it without really knowing what I was doing and just guessing and just running away with it. My machine ran away with itself and went bad. I'm just gonna blame the machine. The machine did it. I had nothing to do with it. The sewing machine, it's all the sewing machine's fault. And you all gave me so much lovely advice. So thank you for all the advice, and also the advice about the cam snaps, as I know they're I now know what they're called, cam snaps, the snappy thing, which I haven't ordered yet. But I know what I do. I know what I need when I do need to get one. So thank you for that, and loads of advice about the quilt as well, which was really, really helpful, and how to kind of stitch into the quilt. So I mentioned 2 quilts last time. This is the first one. I'm going to move my coffee. I'm going to have a little bit of coffee. I always make myself a drink and then never drink it, and then it's cold. Oh, do you like my strawberries? This is TK Maxx. I didn't make it myself. It's just a little tank top. I'm really into tank tops at the moment. Going a bit 70s. So this is the unpicked quilt. It's back to it was before. It was very creasy. It needs a good iron, but I didn't iron it because I was just so happy to have unquilted it. So it's all unquilted. I've got this behind, which is my bag wadding, but today I bought some proper wadding, so I don't think I'm going to use this now, but I just laid it out the other day on top. So that's completely unpicked. It's unscathed apart from the corners. For some reason, I don't know why they're like that, I have triangular corners, and I think they've all gone like that, so that might have to be some sort of design feature. Yep, that's got a triangle corner as well, look. It's going to be a design feature on the quilt. Going to have to do, not a mitered corner, a triangular lily style corner. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll worry about that later. But anyway, I'm really happy I did it. And do you know what? When I started doing it, it was really good. It was quite satisfying. There's still lots of bits of thread on it because I kind of did it all at once. I haven't really looked at it too much since. So I do need to get through it and get all the loose bits of cotton off, but it hasn't spoiled. It looks apart from the creasiness, it looks fine. I don't want to keep ironing it because although this is linen, which creases like anything, as I'm sure you know, I don't want to keep ironing too much on the embroideries because I think it might spoil them. This is my favourite one. I really enjoyed doing the embroidery on this, so I think, and I hadn't done too much embroidery lately, so I really want to get into that again because I find it really relaxing. It's one of those things which I keep saying to myself, and I keep telling you as well, is to have everything, little projects ready, so you think when you're in the mood for doing whatever, like, oh, I feel like doing embroidery today, rather than thinking, oh yes, but what can I embroider? I've got to try and find something, look at all my books, have I got any kits? Just have a few little things ready, and then you can do a little bit because it's just there waiting for you. And so I'm going to quilt this one with wadding in between. And this one, which is this big one, someone in the comments, thank you, because I hadn't heard of Cantha, I presume it's called Cantha and not Cantha, it's Cantha quilts before. And because this is all upcycled, and I'm probably going to use it as a bit of a lap outdoorsy, put it on the chairs outside, that kind of quilt when it's finished, I think I'm going to Cantha stitch this, and I'm not going to use wadding. I might change my mind, but at the moment I'm not going to use wadding. I'm going to use fabric, 2 pieces of fabric in the middle, and then another piece for the back, and then I'm going to do all the stitches, and I think you can do them quite quick. I mean, it's a big quilt, so it's not going to be quick, but that's the idea anyway. So that's my plan. I did decide all that quite soon after my last video, after I showed it to you, because I watched some videos, and I watched Kate from the last Homely House. I have watched some of her videos before, but not all of them, because I know a lot of people have been making videos since lockdown, even before lockdown, whereas I didn't really know about videos. I didn't really watch YouTube very much at that time, only maybe 1 or 2 people, or I was just watching videos about self-help videos and self-care and all that kind of thing. So yes, that's what I'm going to do with that. What was I saying? Yes, Kate. So I have watched some of her videos, and she is brilliant. She's so talented. And can you imagine if I turned up? This won't happen. Can you imagine if I turned up? But just imagine it. Just humour me. One episode, I said, "Hello, Lily. Could you help me with my quilt, please, Kate?" Oh, I'd love it. Anyway, what else should I show you? I have got the other pattern. This is a paid pattern. Stop, Lily. Take a breath. I talk so fast. I do apologise. When I do, and I've said this before, when I do watch other people's videos and they're so calm and they talk so quietly and calmly, and I think I try and do that, but then that lasts about 2 seconds. I'm like speeding on really quickly again. This is a pattern. It's her first pattern, and it's Davina from Little Workroom Crafts, who you might watch yourself already, but she's so lovely and jolly, and every time I watch her I just smile because she's just always so happy and jolly and fun, and I love watching her videos. But she has released her first pattern called, I've written it down so I get it right, the Barrel Notions pouch. I bought it myself because I like the look of the pattern. It had hexagons on the edge, and I love making bags. So here is my completed bag. I made it with the Liberty fabric that I bought from Anglia Yarn Festival. East Anglia, what did that sound like? East Anglia Yarn Festival. I bought some from Ellie from Craft House Magic. I bought a pack from her. So it's lovely Liberty fabric. I've put a little badge on there, and there's a bird somewhere, but I can't see it in the camera. Oh yeah, there's the bird. There's the zip at the top. And I've got little zip taggies somewhere that I bought from Rose Garden Patchwork, but I can't find them. I've been looking everywhere, and it's only in a little packet, and I've got lovely little things to hang on the side, and I don't know where they are. I'll just have to buy some, order for some more things from them. So yes, and the edges are, I just put a little thing in the middle there. The edges are quilt as you go, but the rest of it is machines. That's machine sewed. Actually, it's all machine sewed, apart from there was a little bit of hand stitching, but I won't tell you how the pattern works because it's a hand sewn. It's a purchase pattern. Inside I've got all my hexes for my quilt, for my tweed quilt, which I haven't started, but I've got a whole load in here, quite big ones, so you can have a sneak peek. These are all my scraps. I've got loads, and they are random. They do not match at all. They're just, here's some more from, I think that might be from the 80s fabric that my mum gave me. Yeah, I think I chose some of the nicer ones from that. There's just all sorts, really. yeah, more. There's quite a lot of the 80s in here. And there's some, this is a newer one that I bought, some mushrooms. So that is going to be a kaleidoscope, is that the good word? Kaleidoscope of, oops, got like a tattooy one. They're all falling everywhere. I've got a boat one, so there's no matching at all there, so it could look dreadful. And just look at the lovely lining fabric, is so beautiful. With the Liberty, I didn't even want to use the Liberty for the lining because I thought but now I could look inside and see how lovely it looks inside. But back to the pattern. I really enjoyed making it. It comes with a video tutorial as well, so you get a link from Davina, and it's her in her normal fashion. She got a little video so you can follow along with her, and you get the written instructions as well, and the pattern as well. So you get all those, and she has a little shop on Etsy. I think it was £5.40. I'm sorry if that's wrong. It's £5.40. It wasn't between £5 and £6, but I'm pretty sure it's £5.40 anyway. So it's really useful, and it's a lovely shape, quite an unusual shape, and I wouldn't really know how to have made a bag that shape myself, so it was great to learn. And I actually enjoyed making it. What I would say, I don't want to give too much away about the pattern, obviously, I enjoyed putting the zip in. It wasn't hard to do the zip, and sometimes zips aren't really that fun to do, are they? If you've ever put a zip in, they're not really my favourite thing to do. But I found the zip, how it was explained and everything, easy to put in, and the whole thing came together quickly and quite easily. It wasn't difficult particularly. So yeah, plexis on the edges, and plenty of space inside to put things in. I'll lay that on there. I'm getting I've got these all here. I'm getting more and more of these ready for what I'm going to make. I don't know what I'm going to make yet. Something with all of these edges from the fabric, salvages from the fabric. Also, my nanny received her bag and she absolutely loves it. I did message her. She's got a mobile phone and she can text me, which is lovely, so I can keep in contact with her that way. And I said, what's in your bag? What have you put in your bag? And she sent me one message. She can text me, but sometimes they come in two different parts, or just get a blank one. But she put a book and glasses. And I replied, I thought, oh, that's lovely, brilliant. You could have it, she got it open with the things in. And then I got another message saying knitting and I can't remember what they are, and a couple of other things as well. So she's got everything in the bag. So I'm glad that she really liked it. And none of the carers, if you remember last time I made something, and then one of the carers at the care home wanted me to make them one as well. So then I felt we better make them one. So I said to my mum, if anybody asks that they want one, so no, I can't make another one for any of the carers this time. I said a few months ago I really want to start doing some stitching outside, hand sewing, have a little like a little box or a little bag that I take with me, and I can just do some hand sewing out and about when I get a few moments. And we were on the beach the other day and it was actually really warm, and I thought if I'd had my sewing I could be sewing now, but I hadn't got it, so I definitely need to get that already. I've been making loads of cute little bags, but just making cute bags. I haven't really thought about how they're going to work together or what I can put in them or how to actually take things out and about, because I don't really want to be taking a project bag when I'm walking on the beach. I want it to keep everything kind of clean and nice, but also be quite organised and portable. And I really must start doing it because the weather's starting to get a bit warmer now, and I don't know why, but I wanted to do it in like maybe a cafe as well, and I've been waiting for summer to do that, which I don't really know why. I thought I'd have to wait. I could have sewn in a cafe in the winter, couldn't I? But anyway, that's in my little list of things to do, and that's kind of one of the reasons I've got in my head to be making all these cute little bags and pouches and all that kind of thing as well. Let me have a little more coffee. And I just want to say a bit of a welcome to all the new subscribers, because I had lots of new subscribers from my last video. So if you're new, thank you so much for subscribing, and I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy watching and you're not all disappearing thinking, who's this? Why don't I subscribe to her? Hopefully not thinking that. I do try, and some of the things I'm learning as well, like the quilting, like big quilts and things, I'm learning that, and I'm making things as I go. Some things like bags and things I've been making for years and years, so I suppose I would say I'm quite good at that. So it's kind of me sharing things and also I hope you feel a bit inspired, because sometimes it's nice to get ideas off other people, and you might not think, well, I'm going to make exactly that thing, but you might make something similar, or it might just put you in the mood to doing something completely different. You think, I might go and do some crafting now, it's put me in the right mood, or yeah, I just want to give people ideas and all that kind of thing. So hopefully you get something from watching me. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you again next time. Bye.